Okay, Professor David J. De Los Reyes, good morning. My topic for this session will be the concepts of sine law. This will now be a problem on trigonometry. Okay, sine law. Let's proceed. Under sine law, okay, the equation a over sine of a will be equal to b over sine of b, and this should be equal to small letter c over sine of capital letter C. This A small side A and angle A are actually the opposite components. Meaning, if this is A, this should be angle A. If this is B, this should be angle B. If this is small letter C, this should be angle C. That's the meaning of this. In simple terms, that is A over sine of angle A plus small letter b over sine of angle B equal to C over sine of angle B. The opposite components. Okay? The opposite angle of side A is angle capital letter A. The opposite of, what do you call this, side C will be angle C and side B will be capital angle B. That is a general rule for any triangle under trigonometry. Okay? It could be a right triangle or it could be an obtuse triangle. Okay? Okay, let's proceed. The problem is we are given a right triangle. For the meantime, we are given a right triangle. I will be presenting a problem for sine law that involves a right triangle. Okay? The value of A is 10 inches. Okay? And this angle here is 15 degrees. This is 75 degrees. So 75 plus 15 will be 90. So the sum will be equal to angle C is 90. So for the meantime, the angle, okay, that will be presented to be solution of a sine law will be a right triangle. The problem is asking for the value of side B. What will be the value of side B? And what will be the hypotenuse? There are times in which C is not the hypotenuse. If the given triangle is not what they call this an acute angle, okay? Meaning the sum of the angles is not equal to what you call this 180 degrees. It could be 360. That's a different story. Okay, but for the meantime, the given triangle is a right triangle. So, to bring out or to compute for the value of B and C by using sine law, okay, the concept for the meantime is sine law, right? It will be A over sine of 75 degrees and should be equal to B over sine of 15 degrees. That is this side here over sine of 75 degrees. It is this one. Should be equal to this side here. Okay, the opposite angle of this one is 15 degrees. That is B over sine of 15 degrees. So actually the solution we are presenting is sine law solution. Okay, since A is given, okay, we cross multiply. A sine of 15 degrees will be equal to B sine of 75 degrees. Or computing for B, B now will be A sine of 15 over sine of 75. Simple matter, it will be 10 times sine of 15 degrees over sine of 75 degrees. This should be 10 times 0.259 over 0.966. The value of B is 2.68 inches. This is 2.68. A small one, because this is only 15 degrees, right? So if this is 10, and for this to be 15 degrees, this side here should be smaller than 10 inches. Okay, let's try to compute for the hypotenuse. Again, it's still by using sine law. A over sine A, we remove this one, we use this one, right? So A over sine of 75 degrees should be equal to C over sine of angle C. Angle C for the meantime is exactly 90 degrees. So this is sine of 90 degrees. We are given A. So C now will be A sine 90 over sine of 75. That is 10 times 1. Sine of 90 degrees is 1. 90 degrees is a special angle. The sine of 90 degrees is 1. So this is 10 times 1 over 0.968. And the value of C is 10.35. So this C here is 10.35. Okay? That is the solution by using sine law. Initially, from the previous discussions of the sine function and cosine function, actually we could use other solutions not equal to the sine law. Okay? By just using our knowledge of the concept of sine, cosine, and tangent, we could compute for the value of B and C. But for the meantime, since the topic is sine law, we will use sine law. And to check the validity of our answer, if this is a right triangle, the square of the hypotenuse should be equal to the square of the square of the adjacent side plus the square of the opposite side considering 15 degrees. That is 10.35 quantity square should be equal to 10 quantity square plus 2.68 quantity square. This should be equal. Okay? To check the validity of our answer. So meaning, our sine law concept is correct. Good morning from Los Angeles.